Better Joker and Dallas Buyers Club.
If you ever get close to a human and human behavior.
For this. Are you hanging on the edge of your seat?
Are we sitting comfortably, children? Or it's just like Jack and Ori. I'm Bernard Cribbins.
Yeah, it's like when they got Tom Hardy to do the sexy bedtime story.
What?
Did you see that on BBC Three? There's a lot of
No.
thirsty mothers.
Oh, God. We're into this already.
Yeah, we're going straight in this
Dave's
time.
frothing already.
Because BBC do like story time and they get like an actor or an actress.
Oh, God, yeah,
Coming
for
through
the
the
like the
story.
kids thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the last thing before close down on CBeebies at like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Oh, God.
And to be fair, they've got some really cool actors to come in and read children's stories. Like, I turn up whenever a Doctor Who turns up on there or whatever, you know.
Yeah, well.
I'll watch a Doctor Who tell me a story and night, nappy time.
Time for sleepy nights.
I'll listen to Peter Capaldi's lovely Scottish brogue. But yeah, they
The
got...
best thing Peter Capaldi ever did was The Thick of It. Was
Malcolm
it that?
Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm Tucker.
Well, that's the role that can... well, until Doctor Who. The problem with Doctor Who, once you're Doctor Who, everything else you ever do or did, no one will give a shit about. For better or worse. You'll forever be known as that guy who played Doctor Who once. Look at Paul McGann.
Now, wrong with McGann, I know you're a fan.
I'm a fan, but most people either know him as the other one in With Now and I,
Yeah.
or the guy who played Doctor Who once in 1997 that nobody liked.
I just know him as one of the McGann brothers. There's lots of
Oh
them.
god, there's like 4 of them and they used to do like musical numbers and yeah, that's weird.
Someone's got to.
A
What am I
Scouse
doing here?
musical family like the Osmonds.
If you can hear sniffing, that is my dog sniffing the microphone that she seems obsessed with. So she loves that thing. Oh, dog, get
Up,
off.
down.
Fucking hell. Dave. So Dave had to spend the weekend looking after my poor dog.
Give her a bit of fucking discipline.
And it appears my dog is now well trained. Whereas before, not so much.
I've had a year of dealing with very, very annoying dogs, so...
Okay. Well, you calling my dog annoying?
No, I'm just saying it's...
You know I'll fuck you up for that.
Your dog's soft as poo. Soft
Well,
is...
We are playing Assassin's Creed again because, yeah, I'm addicted to it now.
It's a slow burn, but once you get into it...
Who am I killing here?
You want to be going for the red dot guy. It's an officer, so see in your top. Yeah, he's up a couple of levels.
I just snicked that dude. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got something up there I need.
You probably won't be able to run up that straight wall.
Fuck you. I don't know, he might have like gecko grip or something.
Oof. We've seen that. They're trying to figure out what makes geckos grip. So
I know what it is.
I know what it is, but they're trying to figure out how to make it happen in stuff that isn't geckos.
It is very tiny fibres on their hands.
It's like Velcro.
Yeah, and they go into the gaps that we can't even see.
Yeah. And they're just trying to figure out, well, can we breed humans to do that, essentially?
Yeah, go on.
Well, anyone knows the priority is gills. Once we've got
Really?
gills...
I thought wings.
Well, the sea level's rising. Gills might be useful.
Gills would be useful, but I think wings would probably be more useful.
I don't know. Well, I can
Well, then you
imagine-
could activate my car's wings and fly away.
like in all the all the fiction, like where
I haven't got a gun out. No, not a gun. Swordingtons.
oh, you're just using your fists.
I was.
I've played this game for over 100 hours, and I only just realised the other night how to disarm people.
How do you do that?
When you have got no weapon and you've just got your ninja blades, when you counter, if you press X at the same time, he just like grabs the sword off them.
And I died.
It's good because in once you start going like underwater with the diving bell,
Yeah.
like you jump in just your like fucking swimming cargo shorts, so you don't have any of your weapons. So when you come across like dudes in these coves, you have to get good at disarming dudes, or you'll just get beaten down by a twat with an axe.
Those big bastards with the axe and the 3-point hats, they're pretty fucking hard.
Brutes or whatever they call you, and heavy.
Heavies,
every
yeah.
game has heavy. But
Which
yeah,
way did I get up?
with these
Round
forts,
here,
you
wasn't it?
climb in and it will tell you who you need to kill, and then you kick in a door and murder a dude. Rinse and repeat.
Going straight up here this time. nay fucking around.
Like, yeah,
Shimmy,
I
shimmy,
push
shimmy.
through the storyline to unlock like the extra weapons and stuff. So they really do make it quite a lot easier. Like once you start talking
What?
to the hippie assassins, they give you blow darts
I wondered where you were going with that.
with that hand gesture.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
radio.
Two hands out in front.
But no, they give you blow darts and you can knock people out or turn them berserk. And berserk is just so much fun. Alright, so yeah, that guy there.
Where's me
If
guns?
you use your Batman vision, it will highlight him. So there we
Batarang. I want to try and get above him, really, don't I?
go. There's that cable. If you run along that cable, you should be able to jump down and just straight up mark it.
That's what I'm going for.
Last night I was playing this and I kept failing this fucking... There's a couple of stealth missions where you have to sneak in your boat and it is bullshit every time. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. And I was I was playing this game and it's like, fuck's sake, why is there so many stealth missions? And I realised it is a stealth game. Or it's meant to be. The good thing about it is if you're halfway decent at the combat, you can just run in there and murder everyone. Shoot him then!
Murked him.
Yeah, now you find the war room, go in there, kill the boss. It's all
Kill the
yours.
boss. That wasn't the boss.
No, the boss is cowering in his office like any good boss.
Oh, let's go fuck this chimp up. Yeah, I don't care that you guys are surrendering. I'm killing you all.
Man, what's your beef with the Spanish?
They make tapas.
I bet you're really nice to the English. I bet you never pirate the English ships.
I've not tried, actually, yet.
They're more around like Kingston and the south of the map.
Well, let's go kill some Brits.
They're a bit
With
hardier.
teeth like piano keys.
They're a bit hardier than Spanish. I like that realism.
I've reached it. Let me in the... Oh, open door. We have an open door policy. The door's shut. Right, let's do some upgrades to the ship.
You should have the location on your game as well, but you can go to Sacrifice Island and get... what was it? Francis Drake's clothes and pistols and swords.
Okay. Well,
part of,
we
like,
should do
It's
that.
part of like a pre-order bonus they did, but they've included it in the downloadable version. Because, you know, Ubisoft, they're mad for like extra DLC. There's also another one where you can get Captain Morgan's outfit.
Okay, I'm in with that. Everyone
I think
loves
you have to pay
Captain
a couple
Morgan.
of quid for that. Sometimes you get naval missions where it's like, I need to go blow up some gunboats, and then you have
Wow.
to spend 20 minutes finding these little baby bullshit ships.
I've got to go after him.
Yeah, love way.
Well, why not?
That's the thing, now you've got your fleet, every ship you look at is like, do I want to add it?
I don't really want to add it. I just want to fuck it up.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. Remember, if you board it, you'll get more stuff, but it's easier to just sink it. Oh, it looks like he's gone down himself, to be honest.
For now. Yeah, it does actually.
He's gone over the horizon. I do like the fact that the horizon, like, things slowly rise up. So as you approach an island, you'll see like the top of the mountains first.
Yeah. Couple of gunboats. Have you popped back up yet?
No, he's gone. You are near the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh shit! You never told me that.
Unsolved Mysteries. That's on fucking Amazon. I know. Do you still have Amazon?
Amazon Prime, yeah.
Unsolved Mysteries. Fantastic. It's like American 70s, early 80s conspiracy show.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it ended up getting presented by Dennis Farina.
Where do I know that name from?
He is the guy in Snatch, the American who comes over.
Sit down and shut up, you big bold fuck.
Everyone loves Dennis Farina. Yeah.
Uncle or Cousin Avi.
Yeah.
That's him.
He's in a bunch of other stuff. He mainly plays like American cops or gangsters, and yeah, it's just him talking about like the Bermuda Triangle.
I could get on board with watching some shit like that.
I do love my cheesy conspiracy theory shows. I'm not on infowars.fart.com.net .org or
AlexJonesFluffers.com.
He's giving advice to the White House now. That is terrifying.
Shut up.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
I know. Like, this is the man who thinks Sandy Hook was like a false flag.
Ooh. I listened to a radio documentary about that the other day.
They're like, it's
Fucking hell.
like, it's a tragedy what happened, but it wasn't some secret conspiracy to take away your guns. It's because you keep selling guns to mad people. And made it even worse now that the actual mentally ill people, they've passed a law that they aren't banned from getting weapons.
Oh God.
Like, yeah, it's
Well, that's one way to thin a population.
true.
If that's what they're going for.
The thing is, Americans are always like, if you have guns, you're always going to have this violence.
That's really bad.
And it's like, no, America, it's you. Other countries have guns, and they're not mad like this. Switzerland have like 1 gun for every 3 people, but you don't hear about the Swiss gun crime all the time because they're like.
How many English?
I'm not sure.
Never even looked into the amount of guns in Britain.
Obviously, we used to have a lot, but after the kind of laws got passed and whatnot.
Or stuff like Dunblane and things like
rightly
that.
so. We saw that there was a problem with mad people with guns, and we were like, okay, make it.
Isn't Andy Murray a Dunblane survivor or something?
Maybe.
I thought that was one of his like claims or something.
Well, he's won Wimbledon.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that goes on a par with surviving
I
a
say
massacre.
you could probably take the Dunblane thing off your CV once you've won Wimbledon.
Yeah,
People are going to know you more for Wimbledon.
I'm not a massive fan of him, but
He just seems like a sports guy.
yeah, he just seems like a bit of a tosspot.
Well, yeah, sports guy.
But obviously, I wouldn't wish anyone to go through that because that's going to be fucking horrifying.
No, but rightly so. Like, after that happened, we were like, right, no one's allowed handguns.
Time for an amnesty, guys. Hand them in, no prosecution, you're all right.
Like in school, when one guy does something really stupid, you get the assembly, and it's like, right, because of that dickhead, none of you are allowed drinks outside now. And you're just sat there like, what happened?
Where did this come from? How do I not know the gods?
Remember the little Calypso drinks?
Yes.
Like, they got banned in our school. Because you'd buy it and stick it in your blazer pocket and then go walk into the hall or go outside and meet your friends.
Yeah.
And then there would just be a spate of people who would just run up, see the lump in your pocket, and then punch it. So this, like, whale spurt of incredibly sugary, sticky drink goes all up your blazer, and then your mum yells at you and complains.
I've run aground.
So they got taken off the menu.
Oh, that sucks.
We just instead had weird milkshake that glowed the colour of the flavour it was. Like if it was strawberry, it was violently red. And if it was banana, it was violently yellow. That doesn't look natural at all. You're just using chemicals to cover up your dodgy UHT milk.
And we always used to get like the vinegar and ketchup in little sachets.
Yeah, we were.
And we'd twist the end on them so it was all at one end at highest pressure that they would take, and then we'd tread on them behind girls with tights on so it would stain their tights or make their tights stink like vinegar.
Lovely.
And we called them pissy knickers and stuff like that, just because, well, kids can be cruel.
Yeah, we weren't allowed those little sachets after a Jackson Pollocking of a toilet roof. Like,
that was SOP for us guys.
You know the old thing where you'd wet some toilet paper and stick it up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Just that, but with hundreds of those little packets. Like, it got to a point where the boys had to use the girls' toilets because we continuously, like repeatedly, more than once, smashed every toilet bowl in the men's toilets.
What the fuck? Why?
Fuck it.
Seems a good reason.
Just, like, after a couple of months in that school, you would have understood. Just fuck it. It's the only way we can get back at them. Smash their bowls.
St. Ghettos does have one hell of a reputation.
Like, I'm not saying it's the worst school ever. Like, you know, there's schools in South London where you have to worry about getting your throat slit and stuff.
You haven't lived till you've been shivved.
But it was that kind of small English town shitness that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, mine wasn't exactly a fucking hidey-high summer camp, I don't think.
No one's was. Like, anyone who was like, well, I had great days at school. No, you didn't. I've just forgotten the bad days.
Our dinner ladies were called the Grands.
The Grands.
Because it just so happened, like this one girl in the 80s, her gran was one of the dinner ladies.
Oh, it just became
it just stuck. We'd always call them all the
Those
Grands.
weird, like, schools are like little breeding grounds for kind of like slang and jargon and weird things like that, where
it just stuck.
the next school over, people
Like
are
shit
like,
to a
what the fuck are
blanket.
you talking about? Like, yeah. You said that in our school, we were like, what?
Well, yeah, they were the grands. It was like the lunchtime supervisors. They come up for an hour or so.
Yeah, we
and-
had a bunch
Right.
of stocky lesbians that now work in Poundland.
I think I know them.
Yeah, a little short one with glasses and a square top haircut, like she's in a 90s hip hop band.
Okay.
She could tackle a kid.
I saw her took kids on. Oh,
Like they would actually they would actually get them to walk around the school before and after like lunchtime to catch any kids playing hooky.
I can't see where my radar is for this.
Your radar.
Or my rangefinder for this.
Oh, you've got no mortars, so
Oh shit, that'll be why then.
you're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned. You just want to do laps of it in fucking broadside it. There's loads of little details in this game that I love, like if you're sat in one place, if you're not moving forward, or if you're moving forward really slowly, and you'll keep hammering the cannons, you won't be able to see shit because of the smoke.
Fucking hell, turn your fucking phone on silent. Everything right?
Yeah. Unknown number.
Oh, fuck
I
that.
don't do unknown numbers. I hardly do known numbers, to be honest.
It's not often you pick up to me.
It's one of it's my defining traits of a millennial. I don't like phone calls.
Just
we've
text.
we've evolved past such primitive communication forms.
I don't have ears to hear you.
It's just,
And so I can listen to urban beats.
I just find it uncomfortable, like talking on
And
the
is your
phone.
ringtone actually Doctor Who?
It's Doctor Who from the Sylvester McCoy period. The
Oh,
least popular
God.
Doctor Who theme, probably.
That was like the only Doctor Who I watched.
Well, yeah, it
When I
was
was a
probably
kid.
just ending as you were kind of gaining sentience.
When was Sylvester McCoy?
87 to 89.
Well, yeah, I was 3 or 4.
I have the dates tattooed on my back.
What, like tramp stamps?
No, I was thinking more like Prison Break or something, but yeah. Just the whole back is taken up with names and dates. And then they added in John Hurt as a like new backwards doctor, and that fucked my whole back tattoo up. Bullshit. Poor John Hurt.
We watched Alien the other night.
Really? For the first
It was
time?
on Sci-Fi on Sky while we were up having dinner with my brother.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
It was wonderful. It was great fun
It holds up.
to watch.
Like you forget that it's what almost 40 years old now.
79, so yeah, 38 years old.
Like it's still a movie. Like, I remember seeing that when I was way too young for it, and it just
Yeah. It's a wonderful film though.
like it's impressive that a film that slow captures someone that young. Well, maybe I was just a weird
Because
kid.
yeah, it is really slow.
Oh yeah, like what they
forgot that.
They don't come across the alien ship for like half of it. And then the chest person scene is like another like 15, 20. So you're looking at like an hour before the alien appears in the movie, and then most of the time it's off screen and it's just them sat around the desk smoking and arguing.
Yeah.
Oh god, I love that retro 70s smoke on spaceships. It's
Well,
what
yeah,
I
it was allowed.
It's
They
what I
had
loved
air
about
filters.
Alien Isolation when they included stuff like ashtrays. I was like, you're getting it right. Everything looks like it's made by fucking British Wayland. British Leyland.
British Leyland.
Because that's where the
Leyland
name
Daff.
Because that's where the name came from.
Was it?
When he was originally making Alien, he wanted this kind of futuristic name that kind of suggested a kind of global industrial culture. So he took the name of one of the main companies in Britain while he was making the movie, Leyland,
Yeah.
changed it to a W, and he was like, I'll stick a Japanese name on the end, combine them together and make it some sort of mega corporation that sounds like, British and Japanese working together. That's how you get
Like that would ever happen.
Well, that's how you get Wayland Yutani.
Well,
And then in Prometheus, it's played by fucking, what's his name? Mr. Memento.
Mr. Memento.
Guy Pearce.
Magento. Mr. Is it?
Yeah, you've seen Prometheus, the guy
Yeah, I wish I hadn't.
they're making another one, so.
Oh, don't.
Alien Covenant. They've dropped the Prometheus.
That actually looks quite good.
It's a Prometheus sequel, so don't get your hopes up.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
The actual Alien sequel that was being made by the District 9 guy, I think that's on
What,
hold.
the South African guy?
Yeah, on hold, maybe cancelled. I don't know. because that was going to be like a proper sequel to Alien,
Nice.
like they did with Alien Isolation, where like they were going to forget aliens and all that stuff ever happened. And he released some concept art for it that looked fantastic, but I'm not sure what happened. Maybe because his last couple of films did shit. Even though I really like Chappie and I was okay with Elysium.
Elysium I've never actually managed to stay awake for.
It's very heavy-handed.
It's Matt Damon.
I like
I've got no problem with the Damons, but Damon's in space.
as
his-
a like space scaffolder.
Yeah, his best roles have always been his ones where he's kind of taking the piss out of himself.
I don't know. He's a versatile guy. Like The Martian, he's fantastic.
Martian, amazing, because he's
But
got
it-
that comedy element
Yeah,
to him. He's going a bit nuts.
He does kind of work best when he is kind of playing light-hearted and stuff. Although saying that, you've got stuff like The Departed, where he's a awful shit of a human being, and he's fantastic. Like that is a film that really makes you go, holy shit! I didn't know he was a good actor.
Yeah.
Like the Wahlberg.
Wahlberg's, I can say nothing wrong with that.
I like Wahlberg.
I love Wahlberg.
Like apparently he's an awful person in real life.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Have you ever watched that series he did
Right.
called Wahlburgers?
Yeah, all about his mad family and like how he grew up in he grew up in South Boston. That's like one of the
Boston.
Boston.
So, you know there's going to be a Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah.
Can't wait. We might have talked about this, actually.
Probably. I'm sure we talked about John Wick 2, which neither of us have seen yet, but you are seeing.
Going on
it.
Saturday, I think.
You're going to let me know how it is. It's going to be good. Like there's a couple of films Keanu has been in his whole career where it's like, what happened? It's an amazing story actually. I'm not sure if it's true. It's epiphrical or whatever the word is. Have you seen the awful film The Watcher? It's a film with James Spader and Keanu Reeves. James Spader is an FBI agent. It's like a serial killer movie from the late 90s when there was like a million of them. But
Quite
Keanu Reeves
possibly.
played like this southern serial killer who's like gaily obsessed with James Spader's FBI agent whilst like kidnapping women and using them in their weird... Yeah, it's a serial killer movie. But anyway, the word is it's not very good. And the word is apparently like someone had signed on Keanu to do it without him knowing. Like I don't know, his agent or his someone, and he had
Kind of
to do
like
this
the
movie.
film
And that's I get the
The
feeling.
Hardball he did.
I get the feeling like there's a couple of movies where like someone has signed off and he's like, God damn it, man!
I never agreed to this. I told you I was going to be in Malibu.
I didn't agree to the Watcher, Brian.
I was going to Maui.
But no, like you look up any of like his personal stuff, like man, the dude is.
I love the Keanu's.
You know,
He's just a nice man.
the best part of the 2 and 3 Matrix movies, really.
Or just him. He just
I
seems
will always
really
love the third
nice.
Matrix movie because there's that amazing bit right at the end when he's facing the giant baby thing, and Agent, like
The giant baby thing.
if you if you describe the end of that movie out of context, it sounds so stupid. He's talking to a giant metallic baby who's actually the head of all the machines.
Yeah. It wasn't a baby though, was it?
It was like a baby face. It's meant to be like it's the best thing about it is its name is literally Deus Ex Machina, which is the kind of term for a ending that comes out of nowhere and solves all the problems and finishes the story, which is exactly what this thing does. Like it's kind of ridiculous when you think about it, but no, he's talking to this giant baby head, and Agent Smith has taken over the Matrix because he does his like copying thing.
Copy and paste, yeah. Control C, Control V.
And
That's all he did. Just press that. Loads.
yeah, he's talking to the giant baby thing, and he's like, "Well, you need to do something about this Agent Smith problem." And the machines are like, "Yeah, we got it under control." And god damn it, Keanu Reeves perfectly pulls off the line. Well, obviously you don't. And the machines are like, "All right, you're right.
You got me on that. Yeah, technicality.
Here's the deal. You go deal with it, and if you do, we won't murder you." And he's like,
Sounds
"Yeah,
like a pretty fucking good deal to me.
And I think he dies fighting Agent Smith or something. Like spoilers. If you haven't seen
Oh,
that.
for fuck's sakes. The
15
Matrix is what? It's got to be 15 now.
The first one.
The
isn't
first one. No, the first one was out when I was in secondary school, so pre-2000, so maybe 99?
99, definitely 99. Because you watch that film, it's very 90s.
I know I've said it about stuff like Frankenstein and things like that, but imagine them doing it with now CGI. I'd like it. I think it would be quite cool.
I think part of the problem with especially the second and third one, is they rely too much on CGI, and it wasn't at the point where it could kind of support it.
Yeah.
Like again, like the end of that third movie, there's that big fight in the rain with Agent Smith and
Yeah.
Neo, and there's that like slow motion punch, and you watch that now. You watch that on Blu-ray. That looks awful.
I haven't watched the third one since I watched it the
looks like
first
a
time, just
sci-fi-
because I didn't want to hate the Matrix.
You know, mate. Like I understand that. Like the best thing about the first movie is you can watch it and it's completely standalone. Like you can just pretend the other two didn't happen. Like
They never had to.
he flies off, he frees the Matrix, job done, story over. Because that was the problem at the end of the first movie. He became God.
Why go any further with that,
And-
other than him just flying around being God?
Yeah, and then you've got two films of he's God, but he can't do this and he can't do that. And it's like Superman, you know, it's hard to do Superman because how do you do a man who's perfect in every way without it coming off as cheesy or not very good?
You have Keanu Reeves doing it.
Oh, mate, Keanu Reeves as Superman would work, son.
That would be pretty badass. Oh, I went to see Lego Batman at the weekend.
I'm
Watch it.
I'm told it's very good. It's reminiscent of like the 60s.
It's fantastic. I got talking to our mutual friend from Merthyr. Mutual Merthyr is what we shall refer to him from now on.
Sounds like a tank.
Mutual Merthyr. No, that was Big Bertha, and she was an incinerator, wasn't she?
Of course. Yeah.
I loved that show when I was like 2. And then, I got chatting to Mutual Merthyr about it, and he loved it as much as I did. And there's so many amazing little nods to the old movies, the old series. Even that comes up.
Oh yeah, well it's like the games, you know. It's a big love letter to the whatever
The franchise.
franchise they're working on. Like same with the Lego ones. Like I really like the Lego games because the Star Wars Lego games because you could tell it was made by people who adore Star Wars.
Yeah. Good people.
Like I haven't seen the Lego movie, but I was told it's very very funny. I mean, you got Chris Pratt as the main guy. You know, can't go wrong with Andy from Parks and Rec.
No, you can't go wrong with
Star
Andy.
Lord or whatever you call him. By.
Gaylord.
You like guys?
No, I love Parks and Rec. I love Chris Pratt. I think he's hilarious.
Like, yeah.
One of his finest roles has to be Andy in Parks and Rec. He's just hilarious in it.
Like Andy is great because I'm pretty sure every character he bounces off works very very well. It's like Always Sunny. Like they compare each of them together in different combinations, and there isn't one where you're like, oh, I don't like it when Charlie and Dee get put together.
No, sometimes they're the funniest.
Yeah, like it's the same with Parks and Rec. Like no matter who Andy is kind of put with for that episode, whether it's Ron or
His wife.
yeah,
What's her name in it?
or-
Her name is Audrey in real life. I remember that.
I can only remember it's Audrey Plaza.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
But I can't remember in.
but yeah, like I love him and Ron together so much in that show.
It's when they're going to get him into college and he goes to do women's studies. You have to pay for this? No, I'm out.
Or the Ron and Rob Lowe is also pretty good.
Rob Lowe, he's just so handsome. Ooh, another film I watched at the weekend. We will get back to Lego Batman because there is so much to say about it that's fantastic. But watched a film with a man that I find utterly adorable and underrated, Owen Wilson. No Escape.
No Escape?
He goes to...
That sounds like a horror movie.
It almost is.
Is it like a Owen Wilson? I'm assuming it's a comedy.
No,
Okay.
really not.
Okay.
It's like a thriller, suspense thriller type thing. I'll give you the basic premise. He goes to Thailand as contractor.
Oof, okay.
Shit goes south.
Oof.
Very, very fucking south.
Is this a kind of...
And the whole movie is like you just going, what the fuck would I do in that situation? I've actually got goosebumps thinking of it.
Okay.
It's that good. I strongly recommend everyone watches
And
it.
what's it called again?
No Escape.
Oh, well, that sounds like a cheerful title knowing the premise.
It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. The
I-
whole time Charlotte was hiding behind a cushion, getting ready to throw punches at the TV.
So it sounds like the opposite of Locke.
Locke is
The
Tom
film-
Hardy
Tom
and
Hardy
his...
is a Welshman arguing about concrete being poured in his car for 90 minutes. It's actually quite thrilling, but the description...
You've
is
always
pretty rough.
recommended me watching this.
It's kind of like your ultimate test if you really like Tom Hardy.
I do
Are you
Tom
willing
Hardy,
to watch just
but-
Tom Hardy in a movie? It's like that Buried movie with Ryan Reynolds. Except,
Oh my god, that was
except
great.
there's no like immediate threat, so it is just him talking about his work stuff as he drives home.
Isn't it just like his whole world falls apart?
Yeah, like
in
it's
90
like
minutes?
like things keep escalating. It does get very thrilling, but at the beginning, it's just him like arguing with his site manager about getting shit done on Monday.
God. No, I don't think I could watch that now.
Too realistic.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Too reminiscent, yeah.
Yeah, some angry Welshman just bollocking you down the phone. Yeah, look.
No, I'm alright without that in my life. But no escape, thrilling. The whole time you're kind of thinking, well, what the fuck would I do in that situation? Would I make that call that he's doing there? But I won't say good or bad ending, but fucking hell, my
check it out.
arsehole was like a rabbit's nose for most of it.
Oh, I've got a weak spot for Behind Enemy Lines, so I'll watch Owen Wilson be serious in something.
Yeah, he is serious.
Yeah.
And there's not one funny moment, I don't think.
I think the main problem with Owen Wilson is he did too many, like, Will Ferrell...
Yeah,
to
wedding
think of-
crashers, shit like that.
Is there a name for that kind of group of comedians? But yeah, like...
The
that-
Twat Pack. I suppose you had the Rat Pack, the Brat Pack in the 80s with Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson is fucking harsh.
Yeah, Pussy Patrol.
Pussy Patrol, I don't remember.
That was Leonardo DiCaprio singing the noughties.
Oh, okay.
It was like him, Ethan Hawke, David Blaine.
David Blaine?
Yeah, and then there was a few others who were cleaning up
A
scraps.
contemporary street magician.
Ugh.
But,
I'm not
watch No Escape. It's fucking brutal.
Alright.
It's brilliant. And it's got Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, okay.
It's got Brosdog.
You know how much I love the Bros Dog.
And he's good in it. He plays a bit of a prick, and he plays it well.
Well, yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, and I know you backed him with Mrs. Doubtfire. Fuck you.
Look,
He wasn't a good father figure.
He was.
Oh, fuck off, was he?
Like the film is obviously biased towards Robin Williams, and
I personally think he was a better father figure in this one, and he plays a twat,
okay.
a massive twat.
Everyone knows that his best father was James Bond.
That's my father, just not there, just never there.
Just a string of accidents and disasters behind him.
Yeah, and just lots of him running off and just being with other women, and no birthday card for me this year. Dad's in the Soviet Union.
Yeah. Dad is currently fighting Jonathan Pryce on a Chinese stealth ship. Like the thing I love about the Brosnan Bond movies is that they go from 0 to ridiculous in 60 seconds.
Yes.
You can't pretend that Goldeneye isn't ridiculous.
It's wonderful.
Like
It's
and
amazing.
it's amazing, but it has
But why does Sean Bean die in everything?
because I don't know. I think maybe he just really likes doing death scenes.
Boromir, Ned Stark.
Think about
Fuck your spoilers, it's Game of Thrones.
If you're an
It's
actor,
Ned Stark, he gets his head off.
if you're an actor, one of the few times you really let rip is a death scene. So like, you imagine just being like known as the
They're
guy.
never even really spectacular. They're never even like 15-minute death scenes where he takes like 20 minutes just to die.
Well, he milks it a little bit as Boromir. Like Game of Thrones, admittedly, is
Oh, get off, does he milk
chip
it?
chop, but
What
doesn't-
else does he die in?
You know, everything. Like most things he's in, like
Goldeneye, he explodes.
you know, Goldeneye gets dropped off an antenna dish, and then he's still alive when the antenna dish blows up and falls.
No, because he dies before that, or
No.
dies.
No, because they have that awesome fight in that shed,
Yeah, with all the warheads and shit hanging
with, like
around.
chains and stuff, and
Yeah.
then they fall down onto the little platform, and they have some more, and then James Bond has him by his boot,
Health and safety must be going nuts on that site
like-
these days, because who leaves chain around like that? It's got no tag on it to say whether it's weight rated.
James Bond breaks the whole antenna just by sticking a bit of rebar in one of the chains and then just walking off. Yeah, it's...
If it's turn it would snap the rebar, surely.
No, apparently this is enough to explode the entire control mechanisms of this giant antenna dish.
Well, let's go find out.
James Bond.
Where's the nearest satellite dish? Come on, there's got to be one nearby.
Satellite dish? I don't fucking know. Probably up in Bristol.
That was that tough one that we were after.
Yeah, I might not go after that one. You've got the top half of the map done, mate.
I think we've done pretty fucking well. Sorry, we're back on talking about Black Flag again. So my dudes will just run that now.
Yeah, like the forts are yours and stuff like that. It means there'll be less enemy ships on the sea.
Oh.
Interesting enough, when you get towards the bottom of the map, you'll find like ships kind of sitting outside ports.
Sitting ducks.
Like there'd be like a man of war sitting outside this fucking village, and to get to the village, you either have to defeat the man of war or swim.
Swim.
Like I had one where the man of war was like a level 60, and I was like, "There's no way I can take that. It's just gonna fucking ruin my shit." So I just got out of my boat and swam like 800 meters past the ship to the town, just like, "Yeah, you want to get rid of that boat and stuff?"
What's the harbour master stuff do?
Harbour master is your shop,
Oh, for doing like your ship stuff.
and then you've got a Spanish blade.
Oh,
I think it's the one where he's like, "Do you want
continental.
you want to blow up some things?"
What do we get out of it?
Money.
1,200 Real Madrids. The only football team I know the name of.
You know other ones, like the Liverpools.
The
you
Hammers.
work in a pub, mate. You know a couple of football names. You don't. You may not
Do
want
you
to know.
think I actually listen when people talk about football?
Well, I try not to, but it's osmosis. You know, enough shit being talked around you. Some of it's bound to get in.
My nephew said, "What football team do you support?" And I said, "I don't, because I've never had a reason to. So now I support his youth football team because I've got an interest in it."
That's how they get you.
Well, they get you young. Well, they got him young, very young.
No, you can become a football fan later in life. It's like Christians.
I don't know if I want to. I think it's just a silly idea for me.
What, football?
Did he go down in
Yes.
one hit? Nice.
Little Gumbo.
Little Goombas.
Gumbas, racist.
Racists. Are these the ones we're meant to be after?
No, but they were in the way, and I fancy getting some stuff. So. What are they gonna do? They're a fucking schooner.
Go on, fucking have him. You just blow the shit out of him.
You'll get half of whatever the ship has, even if you just sink it.
Oh, fair enough.
So for these like little boats, I normally just sink them. There's enough of them.
Yeah, he's going down.
Oh. I need to find some more of these little fucking whalers. There we go.
That new King Arthur film looks quite cool.
Yeah. Like I say, the last bunch of Guy Ritchie films I've not been that interested in. Like, didn't he do that Great Wall with Matt Damon?
Yeah, that's a him movie. I'm not sure if I can.
Like that
abide
came out.
that.
That's just coming out now, isn't it? Like, how the
It's
fuck-
out now.
How's he knocking out these movies? I suppose the Great Wall's probably
Backlog
made in China, mostly
and green screen.
second unit.
It's all going to be green screen.
True. I still don't get Matt Damon as a
Bit of tape on the
Chinese
side of
one.
his face.
Yeah,
Just
it's
pull
like,
the eyes back.
can't do that. That's like the new Ghost in the Shell movie.
That actually looks quite good.
Is it the Wachowskis? I'm not sure.
Wagowski brothers. They're the Matrix boys, aren't they?
Yeah, the Matrix ladies now.
Hey,
They're both transitioned.
have they really?
Yeah, one did it, and then a couple of years later, the other one
So
did.
the Wagowski sisters now.
Yeah. Obviously,
Just reminds me of
Obviously-
Shawshank.
obviously
the
one-
sisters.
obviously, one of them sold it to the other. Mate,
It's really good. The bathrooms are so
you
clean.
should be try being a woman. I don't know what they're talking about. This shit is primo.
top fucking notch.
But yeah, you're like
I don't know if I could. I don't know. It just seems all a bit silly to me. Especially how quick they do it these days. Like the transition.
It's
I applaud independence. I applaud identity, I suppose. But I got to go with what's on the logbook.
Well, the main problem is a lot of people confuse sex with gender. Sex is the biological thing. That's the.
I thought that was gender as well.
No, gender.
I obviously haven't read enough of my gender issue National Geographic, which
exactly
I swore at when I saw the cover of. I got the subscription. It came through, and there's lots and lots of millennials looking very either proud of themselves or depressed or just generally confused.
They obviously wanted to cover their tracks because the next issue was beer.
Yes, I've got them both here actually.
We're sorry, straight men. Beer.
We're sorry, majority. Let's have a look here. Okay, so we've got on here just on the front. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a college application.
Intersex non-binary, transgender female. Not a problem. Transgender female, not a problem. But it doesn't say what they've gone from and to. By gender, what is that? You switch back.
Could be hermaphrodite. It could be someone
It just looks like the chick from Constantine that plays the Archangel Gabriel.
Yes, please.
Oh God, really?
You got a problem with Tilda Swinton? You got a problem
That's it, Tilda Swinton.
Her career is based on playing creepy looking women.
Amorphous humans.
And I am all beyond that, especially in Constantine.
Transgender male, perfectly fine. Androgynous.
You're David Bowie, you don't know what it is.
What does that mean? And there, just on the end, it's like, well, we've got to get one more in there just to even it out. Just says male.
Yeah.
But why isn't there just female?
No one cares about women.
Well, there's a whole subject in universities called women's studies, but there's not one called man studies.
For a fact.
Man studies would be the shortest and easiest course. Make sure he's full, put something decent on the telly, and make sure there's beer in the fridge. That's a man study.
You know for a fact if they hadn't included a man on there with just male, they would have had 10,000 angry letters being like, "Whoa, a male's a gender."
No matter how much I slate this episode or this issue, I have to admit they do go at it full force with the pieces that they go through, like the transgendering from this to that or A to B or whatever you want to call it, for the transition. They do go through it thoroughly, but very tenderly, if that's the right way to say it.
They're trying to stay neutral. They're just trying to report.
They're just being objective.
Yeah.
They're not even objective, just impartial. Just impartial. And I mean, I've got no problem if you want to switch gender. I just say, have a bloody good think, because it's bloody difficult to go back the other way.
Yeah, I mean, there is cases of people doing it and regretting it, and obviously that's not going to happen to a vast majority, but that's because, yeah, a lot of people will see it as a kind of a fix to a lot of their problems, and sadly, for a lot of people it won't be. You know, you have to deal with the same shit you deal with as you were before, except you may even have more shit because of what you've got.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you happy, then God bless you, I suppose.
That's what I mean, really.
Crack on.
Yeah.
Do what makes you good, but
You
just
know,
stop with all the pronouns.
you know my belief, if it isn't hurting anyone else directly, fuck it, go for it.
Yeah.
Same reason that I don't agree with all the fucking BME mad bastards who morph their bodies, but go for it.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
I did have my ears stretched out for quite a while. I was tempted to do other things. I wanted to get my nostril piercings stretched as well at one point. I'm so glad I didn't
And
bother.
like the reasons why you do that, like
Just because I
perfectly
thought it looked
valid.
cool and I thought I'd be able to snort stuff up through the outside of my nostril. I thought it would be a cool party
I'm
trick.
glad you didn't get the outside of the nostril one, and that would have
Blow milk out my nostril holes like a dolphin.
like yeah. you know, I have very little tolerance for body horror.
Body horror.
That's what it is, man. It's fucking.
It is.
If you saw that shit in a horror movie, you'd be like, "What has this serial killer done?" But
Yeah,
no,
true.
People are doing.
They
it
are
for-
always painted as the bad person when they've got body mods as well.
Oh yeah, because you're seen as a freak. You know, it's deviation
Yeah.
from the norm.
I mean, I don't think I speak badly. I think I've got a half decent diction. I don't think I'm
Oh, yeah.
poorly educated and
Most people I've met with piercings
bit of a prick.
in body mods aren't fucking illiterate cave people.
no, but they're
'Cause-
always portrayed like
Because
that.
firstly, you need a lot of fucking money to do that shit.
Yes,
Unless
yeah,
you're-
it does cost a
Unless
lot.
you're getting your hooky mate to do it, which will get infected and go very, very badly.
Kind of did that
It's
at the
hundreds
start.
of quid to get like the more expensive piercings done.
Fuck's sake, the crest of my two front teeth. The bit where they meet. At one point I had that pierced. I had a bar through it with a ball on the end. That was just stupid. That was just because we weren't sure if we could do it. I was training as a piercer at the time. We weren't sure if it could be done, so we were like, fuck it, give it a whirl.
Yeah,
What's
no,
worse
no.
that can happen? My teeth come out.
See, I've never understood the mouth piercings.
No, that's the only mouth piercing I've ever had. I never went with lips or
I was
tongue
gonna
or...
say, you get the tongue done as a man. They,
Oh, it just screams
question starting
hello
now.
sailor, really, doesn't
like,
it?
it does.
There's a reason for that piercing. There is a reason
Yeah,
for
don't
it.
get me wrong. God bless that piercing, but
It appears you can't get through that open hole.
well, I thought I might like dramatically slide under it, but he's just kind of pressed up against the fabric.
Ah, fabric. The assassin's mortal enemy.
Oh,
Oh, what a bastard.
yeah, come back.
Come
Back.
No, obviously I stretched out my ears. I thought that was big and clever at the time. I took them out because you get the same questions over and over. Does it hurt? Does it smell? And why did you do it? And also, how long did it take to get that big?
Well, it's like tattoos, isn't it? Fucking-
Does it hurt? Yes, of course it does. You're applying pressure and stretching skin. Does it smell? Yes, if you don't maintain them. Why did I get it done? Initially to annoy my mother, and then it became addictive. And how long did it take to get to the size I was? Probably a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But they were quite big. I don't know. Did I still have them when I first met you?
Yeah, it was one of the things that didn't sell you on me.
Really? Did you think, oh god, he's going to be
Well,
one
you know
of
me,
those
I
pricks?
didn't get a fucking tattoo until a couple of years ago. It's,
Yeah, and even then it was what, Battlestar Galactica.
well, I still want to get more, but fucking again, money, man.
I told you we're getting matching ones on our faces.
No,
I'm getting my face on yours, and you're
I follow the military rules for tattoos, mate.
nothing above the
sleeve-
neck, nothing on the hands.
collar and sleeves. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking girl! I got me hand.
If nothing
well,
else,
got me fingers
again,
done.
you don't have to constantly have those annoying questions about, oh, where'd you get it done?
True.
What does it mean? How much did it cost? How long did it take?
Well, this one on my middle finger means fuck you.
Like, yeah, like my tattoos can just be for the ladies of the night.
For those women you pick up
Well,
at petrol
I still wanna
stations
get
at
that
3 in the morning.
I still want to get that Buffalo Bill one on my back. So
Which one?
the one you sent me, the picture of like Buffalo Bill like sat with his dog in a bucket, like that across my
puts-
back, like Pam in Archer.
Why not?
Oh, that tattoo is just, oh, I love it.
Do you know what? You're gonna have to send this to me again because it might have slipped my memory. Was I imbibing a lot of alcohol when I sent it to you?
Maybe
Was it late at
it
night?
was a while ago. It's sat on my phone like most pictures do.
Oh, you've got to send that to me. I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes. No, the traditional one.
Yeah.
And it's Buffalo Bill in the Fire Island robe, and
Yeah,
ooh,
it doesn't have any
restricted area.
It doesn't have any writing or anything. It's just a. We're starting to get to that point where all of our heroes and movies and films and whatnot are like old enough to listen to like weird '90s grunge and pop.
Just like I did.
This is one of the things. I really,
Deftones is still one of my favourite
one of the things I
bands.
really liked about Westworld is they had like player piano covers of like '90s songs. So they had a lot of Radiohead in there. They had stuff
God.
like Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Yeah, I can dig
But
that.
done on like a honky tonk piano.
I can dig that.
They had a Forest by The Cure, like it was a
Fucking love The Cure.
total sad boy playlist. It was fantastic.
I love The Cure. Now all we need is some Bauhaus.
Oh, better go get Ghostie's dead.
Your dispatching of this looked quite easy. It's this last samurai dude that's kicking your ass.
Pirate. Fucking how many times do I have to stab you with these tiny knives?
Get your swords out
We
then.
got tiny knives.
Human shield!
Come for you, mate.
I'd reload quicker than that, buddy.
When you
We're
run,
coming to get you, Barbara.
you've seen this guy take out 8 of your mates and you're on a rooftop and he's just like, you. You're next, dickhead.
You're fucking having it.
Coming towards you like Liam Neeson and Taken.
Okay, so next subject. Did we get back to
Did you get back
Lego
to
Batman?
No. You're up for Lego Batman.
Okay, Lego Batman was amazing. Well, I can't remember who voiced the Joker.
It's not any of the usual Jokers, so...
It's not Mark Hamill.
No, it's not Mark Hamill, it wasn't Jared Leto, thank God.
Right,
He was a better-
leave him
He
alone.
was a better Joker in Dallas Buyers Club. Well, too much?
Yeah, too much, dude. Not cool.
Don't get me wrong, I love that movie. And fucking... AIDS McConaughey.
What?
Did you not see the new Always Sunny? When they bring out Cricket as a male stripper and they keep referencing Dallas Buyers Club. But no, sorry, I was seeing who this Joker is.
That's it. There he is.
Because you got your Will Not Arnett as the Batman.
He was fucking brilliant.
Well, he's Will Arnett, yeah.
Will Arnett is
He
amazing.
needs to
if
get
you ask
more
me.
work because everyone still knows him as the guy from...
Job.
Yeah. Job did not actually post this letter, but instead dramatically threw it into the sea.
And carried on throwing it. I love that series because you can just pick it up whenever you want.
It's such a good... I haven't even seen season 4 though.
I wouldn't. It wasn't
Just
as
because
good as
there
it
was
could
such
have
a long
been.
gap between them.
Well-
Zach Galifianakis. was
Oh
the
yes, of
Joker.
course it was.
You had Michael Cera as Robin.
Yeah, and
Rosario-
Robin has done really well.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, as Jim Gordon's daughter.
Yeah, you had Ralph Fiennes
Voldemort,
or Ralph Fiennes.
Fiennes. Depends if you're a heathen or not.
Billy D. Williams as Harvey Two-Face.
Yeah, very small part.
I was going to say because he was Two-Face in the '89 movie.
Who was? Oh shit! I can't remember what you said just then. Oh crap! I desynchronized again.
Two-Face or
Before that,
last one before that.
Ralph Fiennes. Who was he?
He was Alfred.
Of course he was. Yeah, Alfred was really well done.
Yeah, and then you've got a bunch of people you wouldn't really knew.
Fucking my 9-year-old nephew's more of an
I'm 2
adult
steps
than you.
away from a carer. It's only due to the NHS's underfunding that I don't have one. At least Meals on Wheels or something like. I would probably never leave the house if I had Meals on Wheels. I would live the life of an 80-year-old widower, and it would be fantastic. Ideally, I'd just
Shit.
get some old people makeup done like Jackass and just sneak into an old person's home, but it wears off after a while. See, that's the situation I'm all for going Mrs. Doubtfire. Or just sneak in there, replace one of them biddies. I get free medicines, get tucked in,
I'd go full Doubtfire.
I get turned twice a night so I don't get bed sores. Like, that's a big problem in my life.
Move a bit.
But why?
Because it's good for circulation. It stops you getting DVT.
I've got perfectly good circulation. I can sit still for hours.
That's not something to be proud of.
Is it not? When the inevitable female revolution happens, we're all being stuck in dog cages. I'm going to be sound. I won't need a walk. You're going to be there with your shaking legs and exploding veins.
I'll just break free. I'll just flex my muscles and
Just
break
stand
free.
up and tear apart the dog cart.
Or just wear it. Just poke my feet through the bottom
Have
of
a
the
box
cage.
now.
I'm Mr. Strong from Mr. Men. What are we going up with? Oh, loot.
There's a perch.
A perch. Covered in bird shit.
Well, yeah,
These birds do not clean up
They
after
are literally
themselves.
covered in bird shit. Like
Yeah, they are, yeah.
I think they're trying to make it look like a nest, but it looks like a sloppy bird poo.
Sloppy poo.
It's Some eagle's been set up there for 2 weeks. Just
It's just a bird toilet. It's where they go.
I do like the fact that all the Ubisoft games play the same. Like if you're playing Watch Dogs, it's the same thing except you're driving to mobile phone towers, climbing up them and unlocking stuff. If you're playing Far Cry, it's just like little ranger stations that you climb up.
Have you played what's it called yet?
What?
Watch Dogs 2.
No, but I really did like the first one. It had its problems, but like the first Assassin's Creed, it was a really cool idea. Like
I love the first Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, like I liked it, but I like doing repetitive things over.
Go sabotage the bell, so they can't call for
Oh yeah, I
reinforcements.
can raid the warehouse. Get you some supplies.
Yeah, boy.
But I might use some ammo first. But yeah, no, I really liked the first Watch Dogs. Like it had problems, mainly with the story. The problem with the second one is it looks like they've gone far too much into like the wacky hacker world,
No.
and it just reminds me of Nathan Barley. Oh god, you know, you know what I haven't seen in years and years, but it's a film I'll probably watch way too much. Kung Pao.
Can't get into it. I just don't get it.
Just too stupid for you.
I just don't
Like
get it.
It really is like it's you can tell it's someone who's watched so many kung fu movies that they kind of seen all of the tropes and kind of things that are done in every movie. I love that movie just for the fact there's the beginning bit where it like keeps panning back and forth between him and like his attackers for like 10 seconds or so, and there's like a loud shing shing every time it cuts back and forth. He originally wanted that to go on for 45 minutes. And the studio was like, no, you can't do that. That's fucking stupid.
10 seconds is stupid. 4 seconds maybe.
But I was like, fair play. That's like the limo at the beginning of the window licker video. It's just like, it goes on for so long.
Fucking love that video.
That
It's so creepy.
It stops being funny, and then it's annoying, and then you're like, who agreed to this? And then it becomes funny again.
I do love that window licker video though.
God, all of his videos.
Brilliant. They're always really quite awkward and weird, aren't they?
That's what happens when you get a weird Cornish boy who grew up alone with nothing but a Commodore 64 with a sound editing program.
Quite true.
You'll notice all of that insane like glitch music is always made by white pasty English boys who had a spectrum growing up and
absent parents
and didn't leave the house. Yeah.
That was their babysitter. Because in the countryside, in the late 80s, early 90s, you were safe as houses.
Oh yeah, there was no pedos back then.
Well, we had one when I was like 8 or 9. And my mum taught us all what to do if like an adult you don't know approaches you.
I mean, yeah, there were, but they were in the BBC.
Now I know how to do it properly. But my mum always taught me, pick up a handful of dust, throw it in their face.
Pocket sand.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then try and find a stick and hit them with it. No, kick them in the rattlers and piss yourself so you're unattractive. That's it. That's what you do.
The old prison technique of shit yourself.
Yeah, exactly. If they're not completely repulsed by it, they'll use it as lube, at which point, you're a bit easier. You might not shit funny for a week.
You're not going to be walking like John Wayne. No.
Going to be shitting pancakes for a week.
Shove the paddle up.
The handle? Oh, we've all done that. It wasn't the handle.
We've all done that. We've all got bored, had a ping pong table lying around, you know.
No, never.
No?
Never felt the urge to stick something up my butt.
Deleted scene from Forrest Gump. I got shoved in the buttocks.
When's Tom Hanks going to do something epic like that again?
Epic? Like, he's doing epics every week.
Well, Sully was good.
They're all, like, really, like, captivating stories about incredible people, like, yeah.
Captain Phillips, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing film, just for how insane that guy on cot looks. You know he's got a mouthful of that shite going on right now.
Well, yeah.
He's a Somalian.
You see America presented Somalia with the ambassador presented the Somalian, I think, Prime Minister. I'm not sure what that name. I'm woefully ignorant.
With a Blu-ray copy of it.
No,
This is what we think of your
a
people.
blue and white hat with "Make Somalia Great Again" written on it.
You are shitting
I
me.
shit you not. Like
That's amazing.
That's the thing about this administration. It's so ridiculous. You can't really make jokes because they're just doing this stuff.
They're doing it themselves.
Like, I feel sorry for like those late night American like comedians. They have to go on and be like, "What's the next thing they're gonna do?" Is
the only reason Jon Stewart's going to have something to talk about is because he's in a Twitter battle with him.
He's come out of retirement to deal with Trump because he retired and gave the show. To be fair to Trevor Noah, the guy who's doing the Sapper.
Yeah.
He started off a bit rough, but Trump has really given him something to work with. Like, if you can't take the piss out of Trump, then what are you doing in comedy? Like, talk about an easy target.
It kind of writes itself, doesn't it?
Again, if Hillary Clinton had been voted in, we'd all be talking about fucking the new Pokemon Go expansion. You know, we wouldn't be thinking about politics. It would be business.
Really?
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary.
Don't get me wrong, we'd be on the slow descent to hell, but we wouldn't be worried
damn
about it.
straight we would be.
Now we're on the express train, fucking no stops.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been another 4 years. It would have been like Obama's second term, another 4 years of stuff's happening. Yeah. Now we gotta give a shit because, you know, he could sign something and fucking change the world.
Yeah, and he's most likely going to.
Like,
and I think it's probably going to be a declaration of war.
The new Dan Carlin explains it really well when he goes into how, you're right there, Clip Clop.
Dogbert, what's wrong with you?
He goes into the fact that, like, over the last 50 years, America has given more and more power to the president. And this is, like, the kind of test, really.
Yeah.
Like, we've never changed. Like, the Prime Minister has never been given extra powers. Like, you still have to go through Parliament to do stuff. And that's why we've had 6 months of, can we do Brexit? We can do Brexit. Are you sure we can do Brexit?
Oh, now fucking Tony Blair's piping up again.
Fucking, yeah. Campaigning people to stand up against the government when they're doing something they believe is wrong. Or what, like we did during the Iraq War.
Pretty much, yeah.
3 million of us were in London. I was there. Fucking 13 years old. Yeah.
How come?
3 day after school. That, and even as a 13-year-old, 13-year-old, I could understand that it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to go in there to get rid of Saddam because he's a shit, just say that. But the made up weapons about the made up claims about the weapons, which, you know, fucking David Kelly killed himself.
Yeah.
Like, it was a straight up lie. Like, it's one of those things that I start to sound like a nutter when I say Tony Blair would have been, if he had been tried under the same rules as Nuremberg, he would have hung.
Yeah, he would have.
Because the only crime that they were charged with was planning and waging an aggressive war, which is the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Like, there was no instigating event. One day we were just like, oh, we're going to invade.
I fancy a bit of that.
But, you know.
Oh,
So-
no, there's trillions
so
of
for him
dollars
to
worth
come
of
back-
minerals
So
here.
for him to come back and be like, oh, you guys should really stand up to your government and tell them no. It's like, fuck you. We did that to you and you just ignored us. Why do you think we don't try it anymore?
You laughed.
You were busy.
I still think he deserves a medal.
The worst thing about Trump is, like, suddenly George Bush is looking like a good president. Like, compared to Trump, George Bush was fucking presidential. Like, he may have been stupid, but he knew when to hold his tongue. He wasn't talking shit about world leaders. Like, he might have choked on a pretzel. But he wasn't going out there calling the media fake just because they say things about him he doesn't like. Like, I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. Like, you can call them twats.
I still think
You
Tony
can-
Blair
you can say-
deserves a medal. How many times did he get that clown pregnant? Just that face staring up at you, God.
Arguably, admittedly, Major did a lot of the work, but he did manage to finally get peace in Northern Ireland, which now is slowly going to turn to shit.
Well, yeah.
Because, you know, Ireland is part of the EU. And
Yeah.
that means what? We're going to have a hard border between us and Ireland, and the North. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Like, the Irish, they really don't
Separation.
they don't like a border being put on that line. Like, oof,
No.
like regardless.
I do think it's kind of silly borders at all. Like, Why not just say,
again, Dan Carlin says it, like, you're either pro-borders or you're not.
I'm kind of not pro-borders. I'm just pro-be cool with each other.
Like the
Just
EU, the last
stop
30
being
years, the EU
dicks.
are kind of reduced restrictions to move to Europe. It's been fantastic, has it not? The ability to be able to just book a flight to Amsterdam and go there instead of having to get a visa and call the Amsterdam.
You and your buxom wenches.
Yeah, you don't have to fucking deal with the the Dutch consulate and okay them to go to their country once they've checked your criminal record and made sure you aren't a pervert or anything. Like, that's what you have to do if you go to America, isn't it?
Yeah,
have to
well,
get
yeah, I
visa
had
and stuff.
I had to do my Ezra card, which is basically they check up on your background and make sure you've not been a dick all your life.
Yeah, like you can't get into Russia because it's impossible to get a visa. You can. It's hard to go to China because of the same reason.
I really want to go to North Korea.
Like you
Can we get
go
rid
there.
of that border?
You can go there, man. Well, I'm not sure if they're still going now, but during the time of Kim Jong Il, there was like tourists. Like you could go there.
Heavily guarded tourist things.
You'd have like
yeah.
a personal.
You'd have a handler.
a personal chaperone for every person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you really are on like a set path. Like they're not going to show you real North Korea because you have to be fucking in Vice to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Henry Rollins managed to go over.
yeah, but he says
He couldn't
Yeah,
put
exactly. He says in the Joe Rogan, like he had to tell people to not act like
Don't
he was
say
famous
who I am.
because if they
He
knew he
just
was
said
famous, yeah.
They just had to say he was like he went on a tourist visa, not a work visa.
Yeah, because if
And
you go-
on his tourist visa, I can't even remember what he put down on there.
yeah, like they
what he
let
said he
tourists
did.
over there because they're all about like letting like people in and going, look how amazing we are, all the lies your government tells, and we're so fantastic. They don't like it when journalists go over there because journalists actually ask the questions that catch them out.
Yeah.
Whereas the tourists would be like, oh, yeah, it's really nice. Oh, I didn't think it was this bad. Yeah, especially if you're famous. And then there's shit like there was I think it was Japanese director who was kidnapped for like 10 years and forced to make movies for Kim Jong-il.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
and his wife was kidnapped as well, and she refused to do movies, so I believe she was put in one of their concentration camps.
But it's really hard to focus on anything. I don't get the name of those things.
Name what?
Concentration camps. You just can't focus.
Yeah, the one place you're really not. It's because you
What's the assassins thing?
you're getting them all together. What, that bit?
Yeah. What's over there?
Oh, brother. It's
Sorry,
like
I'm yawning like a little bitch.
that. How you been out a long time, man?
Been a busy weekend.
That's the thing. You've been fucking away all weekend. I had a lazy one. Didn't we, Doug?
Yeah. You putting lipstick and underwear on my dog.
Does the dog
Fucking-
wear underwear like this or like this?
According to you, she wore any underwear that you threw at
No,
her.
it didn't really. It, pantless. Crotchless works fine on dogs. The tail goes right through.
I tried those crotchless underwear things on. I was just laughing at me plums hanging out for 20 minutes. I don't see how they're sexy at all.
Oof.
They're not supportive.
Oh, also, I got fucking rinsed on my bank account by some twat playing bingo.
What?
Yeah.
How much?
I like about 80 quid.
What a bastard.
Yeah, a whole bunch for like bingo.com and one for Who Internet, which I thought might have been me and something Doctor Who related, but I was like, no, that wasn't me. So I had to do the embarrassing thing where you phone up the bank and it's like,
Oh.
let's go over your transactions, what was you and what was did you spend £15 at McDonald's? Yes. Mate, you didn't tell me that your McDonald's was 24 hours.
Yeah,
You didn't tell me.
I thought you knew that.
No, I thought it was drive-through only 24 hours.
No, the whole thing.
Yeah, I could have been walking across Taunton for the last 6 months getting McDonald's at 3 in the morning.
Why haven't you?
Because I thought it was drive-through 24 hours.
You just walked through the drive-through.
They don't let you, believe me, even if you pretend like you're in a car. Especially if
I remember getting in a trolley once when I was hammered drunk.
just the four of you standing.
Well, like Ace Ventura going down the perfectly level road, just bouncing around on the spot.
Sorry, suspension's fucked. What? That doesn't even make sense.
Nike Air Jordans, you know, the ones with the springs.
But yeah, I had to
No, I went
fucking-
through in a trolley once.
Yeah, well, It depends.
They just laughed and served me
I was gonna say,
anyway.
it does depend who you get on the counter. Like, you know, if you get someone who's agreeing to take the piss, you'll be alright. But yeah, I had no idea it was open 24 hours, and that's not good. I should not be in a town with a 24-hour McDonald's.
Why not?
Because I'll go to McDonald's at 3 in the morning and order a bag full.
When did you go over the weekend?
I went like 3 times.
Did you really?
I shit you not. Like
That's why you left all the food that Charlotte got
yeah.
in for you.
Well, I had that pizza and it was delicious, but then I found out about McDonald's.
How did you find out?
Fucking, I googled.
What time does McDonald's Anchorage at?
Well, you
close?
Google it and it gives you like the Google answer, but the Google answer doesn't tell you like the correct times. Like I've been caught out by Google before.
Okay.
You have to go on. You have to go onto the McDonald's site and do the store search, and then the store site will give you the correct hours.
Oh, your commitment to
'Cause I got
diabetes
caught
is
out
wonderful.
because I thought the McDonald's in town was
Yeah.
closed for like its refurb to put in the stupid IKEA machines. Not IKEA, Argos.
Argos machines, yeah. Oh, run away, run away. You're drawing too much attention.
I was trying to get into that crowd. But
Oh, look.
yeah, so I got caught out by there like one time after work. I walked down to McDonald's to grab some breakfast. Breakfast.
I suppose it's not too far from you, though.
It's
really,
pretty much
is it?
on the way home. Yeah, I walked there and there was just fucking scaffolding outside, and I was like, oh, god damn it. So I was determined not to get caught out this time, so I googled it before I went there because it was like 7:30 in the morning and I wanted some breakfast. This is this weekend. And then I found out it was 24 hours. And I was like, oh shit, we got a problem, son. So when we got
Am I
breakfast,
going to have to call the bank and get them to ban McDonald's from your car?
pretty much like the when I lived in Bridgewater, it was just a list of pubs and McDonald's. Occasionally KFC down by the motorway services if I could be bothered to walk that far. Not KFC, Burger King.
Oh my god, yes. It's not... Yeah, that's quite a trek from yours.
From the train station, yeah. It's
from your old
it's
place,
It's
yeah.
across Bridgewater. It was like a good hour walk. By the time you get home, the Burger King would be cold.
That's why you eat it there.
Microwave it.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, I sent a mutual friend of ours a video of me eating eating KFC at 2 in the morning that I had reheated.
Oof.
No wonder I could shit through the eye of a needle the next day.
Because reheated KFC is a tricky proposition.
It's chicken, man. You don't fuck around with chicken too much, do you?
Well, you don't. Well, there's that old. As much. Look, I'm not dead, and I've reheated a lot.
I've noticed.
Yeah. Some people question it.
Mainly because you sit down for 28 hours at a time.
Is he breathing? Kind of.
Stick a mirror under him.
But yeah. There we go. Hire some horse.
That'll help.
But
Always hire a horse
I
to
have
help you merge in.
I have reheated a lot of chicken in my time, and it's not killed me, touch wood. So maybe it's bullshit?
I think it's just if you do it badly.
But I've had like reheated TFC.
Oh shit, now you are dicing with
TFC
death.
being everyone's got a local particular knockoff.
That's like playing
kitchen
Russian
brand.
roulette and only having one chamber empty.
I'm still alive.
Fucking hell.
Like
Unless you reheat it to nuclear levels.
I can easily reheat McDonald's. McDonald's, that's fine.
That stuff will survive a nuclear impact.
Yeah, it's great. It's designed not to rot. It's fantastic. People give it
so
shit.
much sugar. Yeah, because it's all sugar and preservatives.
Well, yes, what I go there for. That was the original point of McDonald's. You were meant to be.
I thought the original point, as we learnt from a film with Ron Swanson in, was
in and out in 30 seconds.
yeah, get a burger quick.
You don't fucking get that with the Argos machines.
Oh god, no! They take an age, don't they?
It's the opposite of fast food.
It's just food.
Like if you're gonna do that system, have one queue for people using those machines and waiting for their order, and one people to just go up to the counter and buy it and leave straight away.
Or just hire quicker staff that have both their
No,
thumbs.
the problem is that they insist on making everything fresh now.
Why?
Like before, you'd go in there and
It was
they'd
better, and they'd just pick it off that gantry.
Yeah, you go in there and they'd have that like fish shop like heated plate, and they
Yeah.
just have burgers that they've prepped. And that was great because I could go in there and order three double cheeseburgers, medium fries, and get out within about 60 seconds. Now I have to wait like 5 minutes.
That
And I know that's a first world problem.
That
but
kind of always screwed with me because I was one of those dickheads that asked for double burgers with just burger and meat and cheese.
Also, no gherkins.
No gherkins, no mustard, no nothing, no onions.
See, I used to ask
Just
for
because
that.
that's just fucking disgusting.
I used to ask for that, and then I started working in food prep, and I realised, yeah, I'm just going to pick it out myself and save the spit.
Yeah, I'd always open it up and make sure no one hocked a loogie in it.
I look like spit
I'm not
to you.
fucking... I don't want a large. I want a damn litre of cola.
Like,
Oh shit, he's seen you. He's seen you.
Hang on. I kicked him in the nuts.
Kicked him in the plums. You're one of those people. You fight dirty.
Well, yeah. I'm fighting to kill you. I'm not fighting for a hug. That's why I don't get into fights, because if I start fighting, you have to drag me away like a fucking angry dog. Well, I don't fight well, but I fight hard.
I don't go easy.
Like, I'm the guy that keeps getting up until he gets that inevitable brain injury that gives him a hemorrhage. Like,
So the stupid fuck
Yeah.
that really should just lie down and realise you've lost.
and after a couple of times of getting my shit kicked in, I was like, maybe I should just stay out of fights.
Yeah, it's probably a wise idea,
It's
buddy.
worked quite well for me so far.
You're doing all right. 10 fingers, 10 toes. You did have 12 originally,
I
but
lived in Bridgewater for a while, so I've got 11.
they start to grow. You just get the nub on the
You get the
side.
webbing starts to come up between the fingers, and you're like, oh god, I've been here too long.
I'm really good at swimming now. And for some reason I salivate far too much.
Oh god, yeah, I've been there, Weatherspoons.
Oh, it's a special kind of town, that town.
It's just, that's what happens when you have far too much chemicals in the air. It changes people.
It's only just released that
It's like
stink from those
Patalbert.
factories. Patalbert.
Like that place looks like the end of the world sometimes.
I remember an old job of mine. I had to go there and deliver a freezer, dirty great chest freezer that you could probably fit a good 5 or 6 bodies in there. And it was to an Indian restaurant, and the guy had the most amazing yet confusing accent.
Welsh
It was
Indian.
proper Welsh but properly Indian too.
I love it.
That was something quite special, and hearing him phone up and have an argument because it wasn't big enough was
Well, yeah, he wants-
something else. But I
He wants
remember
to cook it
sitting
all off
there.
on Monday, and then you can just reheat the rest of the week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
But-
that's what I'd do.
But I remember hearing him, and while he was there arguing, I was sat there on the back of my wagon waiting to offload this thing because it was pissing me off. I just wanted to get it done. So that's like a good 2.5 hours from home. I just wanted to get it done and go home. And he was giving me such hell over it. I remember sitting out there and just looking out and just thinking, God, this place is bleak.
It really is. Like,
This is
yeah.
really bad.
Like, I've only been there once or twice, and each time was a
Was that for your stag do for Bronwyn?
well, you know, they insist
That was the
on.
day after, wasn't it?
The day after they said we were getting married, suddenly I'm bundled into a minicab going to Port Talbot. No, oh god, no.
Is there any new Always Sunny this week? I think it's break this week, isn't it?
No break. We're getting on.
PTSD was the last one I've
PTSD was
got.
the last one, yeah. So it's every Wednesday night in America, so come Thursday.
Oh, okay. I was checking Fridays,
Yeah, no.
expecting a new one.
No,
Yay.
it's always been Wednesday for some reason.
Okay.
It's quite good because it's a little midweek.
Oh, that
Sucks to
poor
be that guy.
bastard. Sweet. Malteser.
You can only have the non-crunchy sweets.
Yeah. I mean, he'll add the quiet sweets. Look at that glorious vista.
Well,
It's a very pretty game, isn't it?
that's what I mean. It still looks nice for what, a 5-year-old game now?
I think so, yeah.
2011? Oof. Woof.
Woof.
Again, I'm starting to be reminded of my age, and I don't like it.
Do you know what? I got told a joke by a 9-year-old the other day. and it's possibly one of the most disturbing jokes I've ever heard.
Okay, I'm in.
How do you turn a cat into a dog?
Oh.
You take a cat, cover it in petrol, you flick a match at it, and woof. What the fuck 9-year-old says that?
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Mean streets.
Mean streets indeed. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm happy with my nephew hanging around with that kid.
Yeah, what? He's hanging around with a kid with this kind of joke. There's this kid sitting on... Like, that's serial killer territory if you're setting dogs.
I ain't letting him near a fucking cat, that's for sure.
Well, obviously, he doesn't like cats. That's how it starts. Like, you have to be really
That's
fucked.
how it started for you, anyway.
You have to be really fucked in the head to torture dogs, because dogs,
They're little people.
they're constantly looking at you like, why are you doing that, mate? Like, even if you're doing something nice to them, they're still like, why are you being nice to me?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Like cats, at least you've got the kind of air of an asshole to really kind of get you.
Fucking
A
hate
cat
cats.
could piss you off enough to murder it, I reckon.
Mm.
A dog, if it's not your dog and it's barking and you don't see its face, you definitely want to kill that dog.
If you don't see its face.
Yeah, that's why you put dogs in a bag and then throw them in the river, because if you see its face, you're not going to be able to kill a
What
dog.
the fuck, man?
That's how people deal with, like, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but when people have,
I know I'm never letting you babysit my dog again.
when people have like 8 puppies and like we can't get rid of them, fucking, isn't that not how they get rid of them? You can't give them away on Facebook or some shelter or the RSPCA. Eventually you're like, well, we've got a bin bag and 4 puppies, so. But that's the thing, you have to do it in the bag because you couldn't look at a puppy. You couldn't, apart from like those
I just couldn't do
psychopathic
it.
American Marines that were throwing puppies off cliffs. Like, you couldn't look at a dog and hide.
They've got their own problems.
Not unless you've got
I couldn't do it.
yeah, not unless you've got a thing
I'd have a house full of dogs.
misfiring in your brain, because dogs just look at you constantly like, what are we doing? I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a certain kind of fucked in the head to hurt
It's
a dog.
unconditional as well.
Whereas cats, at best, they look at you like, what? What do you want? Like,
But kittens.
kittens are cute, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying kill kittens.
The only problem with kittens is they turn into cats.
Yeah, that's the problem. You buy a kitten, it's adorable, and it bounces around, and it's really cute, and then it becomes a cat, and it just becomes this annoying ornament that throws up on things. I mean, admittedly, they will shit outside. Which is, they can let themselves out to shit, which is a major bonus for me.
Yeah. I've got no problem with the dog doing a dump inside, because at least it's not like cat dump, because...
I said we didn't have any problems over the weekend.
Mm.
But at the same time, I just feel bad for dogs. Constantly being like, oh mate, I need a shit, can you open the door? Can you imagine your life like that?
She's pretty good at holding it.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, we had no accidents. But at a certain point, she's got to start making noises and being like, oh man, can I go for a shit?
When she tiptoes on the laminate out the back, that means, yeah. Time's up, buddy.
This train is approaching the station.
We're on the 10-second countdown.
I had food about half an hour ago and I know how dogs work.
Oh, she's straight after.
Gotta make room.
That's exactly it.
Like a fat
As soon
man.
as she's eaten, she goes fires one out.
Fat man at all you can eat, just like, oh, I'm going to make more room and I'm going to get another 2 rounds in.
Yep.
That's why I'm not allowed Pizza Hut anymore.
If you've got a 2-hour window on your all-you-can-eat buffet, first 45 minutes, pound as much of the solid stuff. No breads, no rice,
Oh, God.
none of that shit. No chips. You want to go for ribs. You want to go for steak. Eggs, just to help work everything through. And then when you're 45 minutes in, you grab your phone, get yourself a decent article to read, go have a good 20 minutes. That leaves you 55 minutes. So you've got another 25 minutes of eating, then half an hour of sweating before you have to leave.
Man,
I have made my money back so many times at all-you-can-eat buffets.
like the Simpsons episode where he goes to the seafood restaurant.
I'm banned from the Chinese down the bottom of next to McDonald's. I'm banned from there
Wow.
because I picked up one of those trays with the sweet and sour chicken balls in, Me and my brothers had a competition to see who could eat the most.
Yeah.
He fucking cleared one of those baskets.
You notice they have started changing them all to eat as much as you like, and it's like, nah. That's not how it is. It's eat as much as you can.
It's a challenge.
That's why you have to put the time limit on, or I'll be here all
day.
I'll
It's
treat
like
you-
those people that say unlimited refills. Yeah, you never said I couldn't come back the
you
next
know,
day.
No
Get fucked.
no places give you unlimited refills anymore because people take the piss. But at the same
There's
time,
a time limit on it.
you say unlimited, I'm done. Yeah, like time limit's bullshit.
There shouldn't be a time limit.
The time limit if it's one of those like eat our ridiculous £50 breakfast.
If it's a challenge,
Yeah.
yeah. And if there's a monetary
But
reward
if it's,
involved,
if it's
you've got to
all-
protect
if
your
it's all
business.
you can eat or eat as much
You
as
missed
you
him.
like,
Yeah.
then that implies in the title I get my
Stay
fill.
here all day, bring a paper. You're gonna need it.
I'm going to use your toilet like a vomitorium and just clear out all the food and start
A
again.
vomitorium wasn't actually a vomit. It wasn't all about vomiting, though.
It was a place to go to throw up so you could eat.
No, it wasn't. The vomitorium was the exits from the Colosseums and the amphitheatres
yeah.
to spew forth. I'm sorry to get all Stephen Fry on you, but I'm particular about stuff like this.
No, that's the Romans for you there.
That's as far as I'll get with going Stephen Fry on you. I'm not going to try and marry you because you're younger than me. But yeah, that's the extent of my knowledge really on vomitoriums. But yeah, it's to spew forth.
No, that makes sense because that's what we do. We take a Latin word and go, that means something, let's apply it completely differently.
Means puke, doesn't it?
One of the things I was reading about apparently is like during like the Napoleonic Wars and stuff when muskets first started getting like frontline battle use. One of the things they noticed whenever like combat started to go into indoor areas, like inside mills and warehouses and stuff like that, like the amount of fire and like the casualty rate would just drop through the floor.
Okay.
Because guys would be going in there and like there'd be obviously like your gunfire now, there'd be guys on the other side of the building or above you or whatever.
Just filled with smoke.
You fire it with a musket, yeah. One, the smoke. Second, the noise. Like,
Oh god, yeah.
a musket is loud. Now put that indoors with
What's a
10 or
muzzle loader? There's
10
no
or,
form of
it's like a
breach
cannon,
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like 10 or 20 other people in that building also firing muskets. Yeah, like within the first round of fire, everyone's blind and everyone's deaf.
Yeah, quite true.
And then they noticed there was a thing was like instead of charging them with bladed weapons, they would just reload, fire again, probably miss.
They do what?
They'd
I
reload.
wish this was on camera.
That's how you
Because
reload.
that is not how you reload.
It is. Obviously,
That
the
is
gun's
how
probably
you
not that low.
self-satisfy.
If I'm sounding, maybe. But, yeah, no, like instead of like charging you with their sword and risk getting murdered by a guy and 9 of his mates, like they would fall into the rhythm of just reload, fire.
The rhythm
reload.
of the night.
Yeah. The rhythm.
Well, yeah, I suppose you wait for them to reload before you fucking fire.
Because it was one of those things like they couldn't figure out why the troops were getting so inefficient and kind of bad at their job when they were fighting indoors, and it's like, yeah, you're
Maybe
firing.
because they were being paid fuck all to fight someone else's war.
If you're lucky, you were being paid.
Yeah, quite
If you're
true.
unlucky back in those days, you get drunk in a bar and then suddenly you wake up on a boat and be like, you're a sailor now. What? Fucking.
Ah, shit.
That's the thing.
Not again.
That's why glasses started to be made clear, isn't it?
Is it?
Because it was the old things like it was I can't remember.
Dropping knowledge.
Like a penny or I can't remember, like a half penny or a farthing or something. Like if you found that at the bottom of your drink whilst you were drinking with sailors, that meant you had to enlist. And what they would do is deliberately throw it into people's drinks to get them to enlist. So people started drinking out of clear glasses so they could see if there was a penny dropped in the bottom of their drink.
Oh shit! I hope this is true.
It's true, mate.
I hope so.
Because it's part of
that's
it's part of
fucking
how
cool.
we used to have such a ridiculously large navy. We kidnapped people in pubs.
Wasn't that essentially
That's-
World
that's
War
where
II
the-
as well?
That's where the phrase "getting shanghaied" comes from.
Suppose so. Yeah.
Because that used to happen. It used to happen with the Americans, and we almost
I always thought that was about nicking kidneys.
no. It's about getting pissed up with sailors in a pub and waking up the next day and be like, "Yeah, you're one of us now, mate."
And by the way, your farts don't make any noise
we
anymore.
used to kidnap Americans. That's why the War of 1812 happened, because they'd sail ships over here, and when they were in London, they'd get pissed up, and we'd enlist them.
Oh my God, Dave's History Hour.
Like the British Navy was built on stealing people, be it for stock.
So
or staff.
America was based on stealing people too,
Yeah,
really,
but
wasn't
be
it?
stock or staff, most of the people in the British Navy probably didn't want to be there, other than the officers.
Because they were paid and they had fancy uniforms
Yeah.
and frilly shirts.
And now you understand why everyone hated the fucking officers. Because you got pissed up one night in a pub, and then now suddenly you're going around the Cape of Good Horn with this dickhead in a three-pointed hat, yelling at you, and then going back to his own little private cabin on the boat, whilst you have to sleep on the deck. With
You had
40
dinner
other
in the
dudes.
oven. You were meant to be back after
got a
one
wife.
pint. Yeah, you ain't going to see your kids.
Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, yeah, that's why so many people became privateers and pirates, because first chance they got, they were like, fuck the British Navy, but I've learnt how to sail and
I'll
murder
make
people.
my own.
Like, they've taught me a skill, which is sailing and murdering, so I could do a lot of
I
that.
could do that. I could sail and murder people.
Get your own boat, and before you know it, you're fucking Blackbeard.
What would you call your own boat, though?
I don't know, man. That's a big decision.
That's a commitment.
That's one of
Because
the
it's got to get a reputation.
Yeah, you can't have something soft.
No.
Like, most of them named them after weird fucking, I don't know,
The Dutch rudder.
the Dutch rudder. That's my porno ship name. The porno cruise. It's like
The Tom Booze
have you
cruise.
seen that? What is it? The cruise, which is essentially the film, which is essentially like a gay panic movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. Goes on a cruise that turns out to be full of gay guys.
Oh, yeah.
Roger Moore's on it. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't. Yeah, I don't think I ever
It's-
want
it's
to
not a
remember
good
that
movie.
film either.
It's not a good movie, but yeah, like that, but with more deviance.
More deviants, please. We're British.
That's one of those things. I'm joined on a couple of groups on Facebook. It's like, well, I'm glad this is private.
Oh, you gotta send me some of those. They sound fun.
I need my tools.
What are we going after here?
A manuscript.
Ooh.
Quite like the manuscript in this game because it's normally just like old maps.
Mm.
Or the Voight manuscript, or like it's full of like weird historical like tidbits. Again, it kind of teaches you stuff. Bam.
Oh
Whoa.
shit! He's got an axe. Nicely done.
Trick is countering them, man. Not countering, yeah. Break, defense, X. If you counter them, you'll just be there all day whilst they swing their fucking axe. There we go. What do we get?
World map.
From 1570, when it all looks a bit wrong.
It's not far wrong.
Well, I suppose
Just
at that
Africa
point,
should be a lot
I
bigger.
was going to say, I suppose at that point Magellan had gone round, so yeah. They haven't got the sticky outy part of California.
Typus orbis
Tyrannum.
tyrannum.
Remember, Latin's V's instead of U's.
Yeah.
They didn't have a W either.
A double woo.
A double W. We invented that, or maybe it was the Germans. I don't know.
The Germans.
Normally the Germans. I like the fact that Germans, their language is just like, well, you've got 3 words, just combine them into a massive 20-lettered fucking monster instead of making a sentence.
Quite true.
So instead of like, don't do that, it's like, Gestingel! Such a romantic language.
I love it. I
Like,
do love it.
It's so soft and, yeah, just,
So easy on the ear.
yeah. The opposite of French, which is so harsh.
I hate the French.
Half of those letters in that word, you don't need to say those. What?
No, you don't. It's there for embellishment. Just to be pompous dicks.
It's there for flavour, or as they would say it, flavor.
Right, let's wrap this bitch up.
Alright, we best say our byes then.
Right, go on then. You go first.
Well, I've got to say goodbye first.
Because you opened it up.
Oh,
You spoke first.
shit.
So fuck you.
Gets me every time. Right, alright, goodbye. Benview.
Benview.
Benview, yeah.
Bonvenue.
Bon appetit. Have you seen those pictures? There's a great little... I know I was saying goodbye, but it's an extra thing. There's a great little thing on Black Twitter.
Sorry, what now?
Again. There's little, like, groups of Twitter which really are amazing. One of them's Scottish Twitter, which
Okay,
if you
I can
don't-
see that
If
being
you don't
good.
understand Scottish patter, is in a foreign language.
Yeah.
And Black Twitter, which is pretty good because they create most of the memes that you will see in a couple of weeks when white people get hold of them. You know, the black guy pointing his head and like, you don't have
Oh
to
yeah, I
do...
don't know where that came from.
That was Black Twitter from
Oh, okay.
about 2 months ago.
Okay, I can dig that.
But yeah, one of the things they've got is like some guy, I don't know if it started, but originally like some person posted like a half-hearted picture of their food. And like, I made made dinner for my bae. Fucking
Oh god, I love those
bon
things.
appetit, but they spelled bon appetit like slightly wrong.
Bon appetite.
And it just it's mutated from there. So like bon appetit is probably the most coherent version of it, but you'll get ones where it's like bono appetito. It's like what? And it's just like a picture of uncooked bread with a single cheese slice on it.
Wonder Bread and Craft singles.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like you could lose hours just to that shit.
Plastic cheese.
I'll say goodbye to that then. Check out Black Twitter.
Yeah, go for it.
Just
That's
Google
cool.
Black Twitter. Nothing can go wrong with that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's brilliant. Unless you get your.
Don't Google white Twitter. 'Cause
Oh god, no. Well, yeah, you know what happens
you're
there.
gonna get a lot of neckbeards.
People who look like the Mitchell brothers turn up trying to enlist you. Right, and yeah, that's from me. Yeah, goodbye. Take it sleazy and just be good to each other. Just be nice.
Piece of fucking.
Peace and fucking. Right, take it easy. Love you all. Bye.